Well, hello and welcome to another Daily Dominion. Today we have a variety of Dark Ages and Nocturne cards, if I see that correctly. Yes. Um, and this kingdom, yeah, looks interesting, looks strong on the first glance. As always, I'll start out by going over the kingdom cards, but feel free to skip. There should be a timestamp to the action later. We do have Faithful Hound, a mode-like card, +2 cards, but also when we discard this uh, other than doing cleanup, we may set it aside and put it into our hand at the end of turn. So this can increase our coming hand size, but the only way to discard it here, well, there are multiple ways actually, but one of the ways is Night Watchman. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, discard any number, and put rest back in any order. This is also gained to our hand instead of the discard pile, so in principle, if we knew the top of our deck were 5 Faithful Hounds, we could buy a Night Watchman, discard them, and start the next hand with 10 cards, but this is rarely going to be the case. Usually, Night Watchman is a rather weak card. There is Sage, also a card that can discard Faithful Hound, as Sage will give us +1 action, and will let us reveal cards from the top of our deck until we find one that costs 3 or more, and we put that into our hand and discard the rest. And since Faithful Hound only costs 2, we would discard it and skip past it. Next one, Death card. We may trash an action or the death card itself for +5, which is nice, I guess, but also when we gain the death card, we gain 2 runes. And runes are this funny extra pile that is randomly shuffled variants of Abandoned Mine, Rune Library, Rune Market, and Survivors, and Rune Village. This time, Rune Village is on top. But ruins, yeah, are not good cards, so they are going to slow you down if you gain them by buying this death card. Yeah, that's not usually not a desirable. At least start sometimes later in the game. This can be nice, but usually you only go for death card if there is some sort of synergy, like Way of the Horse, which lets you play runes as if they were horses, is I think the strongest synergy with death card. Um, Otherwise, you just ignore this card. Next up is Necromancer. I think we've seen this one around, but this time it might actually be much more useful. We choose a face-up non-duration action card from the trash and play it, and then we turn it upside down so we can't replay it during the same turn. That's also why the trash starts with these 3 zombies. Necromancer usually very nicely synergizes with itself. It has the zombie spy. We can look at the top card of our deck and discard it or put it back. In itself, a weak effect, but what gives? But if we have another Necromancer in hand and we see that the top card is I don't know, an Sage, we can trash it and may gain a card costing up to 1 more than it. There's also a mode, Zombie Apprentice, that might fill the trash with good action cards, as yeah, it will turn the Necromancer essentially into a net +2 cards, since you also have to trash a card from your hand. But yeah, powerful, versatile card, especially if the trash gets filled with other cards, and yeah, there is a possibility that this happens in this kingdom. So yeah, stay tuned. Next up, Wandering Minstrel, one of the strongest villages in the game, as it just facilitates a lot of cycling. After playing it and having the village effect, we reveal the top 3 cards of our deck, put the actions back in any order and discard the rest. So we only top deck action cards. This is kind of an anti-synergy with night cards, which you want to play. Well, Night Watchman not so much, but Vampire for sure. But yeah, it lets you find your draw cards. It's usually a really pleasant card. You also have to be careful at the end of shuffles that you don't trigger unwanted shuffles with all the junk that your Wandering Minstrels have been discarding. But other than that, yeah, pleasant card. And also horrible to play with in real life, in my opinion. Very annoying if you have a stack of those and you have to wade through your deck. Next one, Junk Dealer. It's a very simple peddler trasher, although not strictly a peddler as it reduces your hand size. But plus 1 card, plus an action and a coin, and you trash a card from the hand. Next up, Sacred Grove, plus 1 buy, plus 3 coins, and we receive a boon. If the boon doesn't give plus 1, which it only does in 2 out of the 12 cases, each other player may also receive the boon. And this is actually a very friendly effect. Usually it benefits the opponent more than yourself, or at least as much as yourself, as your opponent, I don't know, will get the plus 1 card, or can actually choose whether to gain the silver or not, and can actually choose whether to draw 2 cards and discard 2 cards. Well, you will receive the boon in any case. So yeah, nice payload card, but comes with strong benefits for your opponent as well. Next up, Tragic Hero. Plus 3 cards, plus 1 buy. Very strong effect, but if we have 8 or more cards in hand after drawing, so if we've played a Wandering Minstrel and then a Faithful Hound, and then played a Tragic Hero, we are going to have 8 cards in hand. Then the Tragic Hero is trashed and goes out of your deck, but you also have to gain a treasure, usually a gold in this kingdom, but it's more general in Colony Platinum games. It's even stronger. And here, the nice thing about this is that Necromancers will be able to play Tragic Heroes from the trash, and that will mean that they since this is not conditional, and this trash this and gain a treasure, they will also gain this treasure for us each time we play them with Necromancer and have 8 or more cards in hand. So this will hopefully enable us to gain loads of gold and also have good draw with plus buys attached. Very strong effect and synergy between those 2 cards. Yeah, one of the nice inset synergies of Nocturne. Vampire. Now we've also seen this one. Each other player receives the next hex. This can also put cards in the trash. And then you gain a card costing up to 5 other than Vampire and exchange it for a bat, which you will on play trash 2 cards, and if you trash at least one, you exchange it back for Vampire. So every other turn you get to gain a card, every other turn you get to trash up to 2 cards. Well, that brings me to the kingdom analysis section. What do we do in this kingdom? Well, there is a village, there is strong draw and strong payload, and there's some trashing, so we want to go for all of these things. Yeah, the question is a bit how we're going to approach this. What is going to be our first 5? I think you really want to hit 5 early. And I think going for Junk Dealer before a Vampire might be the way to go, just to thin down a bit quicker as the bat trashing. If you don't get to open 5-2, the bat trashing is somewhat slow. And the Wandering Minstrel will help to get through the deck. So we want to pick up a few of those, but it doesn't make much sense going for one of those in the opening. This will only lead to sadness and bad shuffles. And then we can stock up on Necromancers and Tragic Heroes. Sometimes might pick up some Faithful Hounds on 2s, but not too confident on this. Yeah, but interesting, nice kingdom. So on the 5-2, I think I would just open Faithful Hound Vampire. And wouldn't be 100% sure even about the Faithful Hound. And on the 3-4 or 4-3, they are equivalent, more or less equivalent here. In principle, it matters with the Night Watchman, but I think we just open Silver Necromancer. Another option would be just Silver to maximize our chances of hitting 5 on the next shuffle. But Necromancer is also alright. We might use the Zombie Spy mode or the Zombie Mason mode, depending on which hands we see on turns 3 and 4. Alright, let me quickly show you the Kingdom plot. It says a lot that I've already mentioned. Well, there's some attacking going on in Vampire, but really not all too much. Also, I don't think the AI will go for the Vampire in any case. There is some thinning, some draw, some village, some gain, so an engine is certainly possible. And that means we can start. Let's go. So yeah, 3-4, Silver, Necromancer. Let's see what the AI goes for. Might already pick up, yeah. I'm not surprised it picks up a Wandering Minstrel already. Here I think this could be another Necromancer, although the second one is a bit more sketchy. I still like it. Now here we are 50-50 of having the estate on top and 50-50 of having the copper on top. If we have the copper on top, we do want to draw it to hit 5. If we want to have the estate on top, we want to maybe turn it into a silver. And also trashing the copper wouldn't be all too bad. But let's... I really... Thing is, I really want to hit 5. So because of that, I'm going to play the Zombie Spy and probably be sad. No, be happy that we do find the copper there. That was quite the risk to take. And now, I said earlier that I might want to go for Junk Dealer first, but Vampire also doesn't look too bad. Yeah, the annoying thing about Vampire later will be that our Wandering Minstrel will discard them. So at the stage at which we don't draw a deck, Vampires and Bats are kind of going to be flung around a lot. But yeah, maybe we can get a trash in next shuffle through our through one of the Necromancers, and then also the Vampire will gain us a Junk Dealer and get us through the deck a bit quicker. I'm not going to do a blind Zombie Spy here. I'm just going to discard this. Go for the Junk Dealer. Now we really need to start picking up Wandering Minstrels. We can once again go for the Zombie Spy. Last 2 cards should be... Well, we saw one of our estates last turn, but estate in copper once again. I think I like just drawing up once again. This time we do not hit 4. This is a bit suckier. What do we even buy? Since we don't have any village in yet, I'm not super inclined to buy a Faithful Hound. Could also just buy another silver and use this Vampire to get yet another Junk Dealer. And the next shuffle, hammer in a few Wandering Minstrels, hopefully one Tragic Hero, and then, yeah, go for some stuff here, just be safe. Top deck this bat, be happy to pick up a Wandering Minstrel. Yeah, our Necromancers so far have just been Zombie Spies. That's completely okay. Discard this. We do not find the other Junk Dealer. Now we could go for a Faithful Hound here, but I think I prefer to just trash 2 cards to get thinner quicker. Now we can buy the first Tragic Hero. And yeah, the AI might also put one in the trash soon. We can... I think we should draw here for sure. We want to discard this Wandering Minstrel because I think the last card... Do we find our silver? Yeah. The last card should be the other... No, we also saw the Junk Dealer. What is the last card? I think it's just a copper. So we can trash it. Let me think for just a bit more. Yeah, just trash it. We don't want to gain anything for it. With 3, well, hitting 3 here is really not good, but we can, for example, pick up a Sage and use this Vampire to gain another Wandering Minstrel. And also our Vampire just hexed the opponent with War, trashing one of their Minstrels, and that also means that a Minstrel will be available for our Necromancers in the trash, which is super nice. Let's see. Here we can... The AI has nicely put a Tragic Hero in the trash, so we can play that. We can play the Necromancer to play the Wandering Minstrel here. Now, this Tragic Hero, I don't know, are we going to have enough cards to trash it for gold already? We would like the payload, and we can draw it, so yeah, that's great. And now we can trash this card, find the gold, and let's not even trash down that much further, because we mainly want to pick up some good cards. Now I think, yeah, we want to get rid of this Junk Dealer with the bat. And I like just going Wandering Minstrel and Necromancer here. And we can go for Faithful Hound. I think we do have enough village. Yeah, this has not been going all too great, I'd say. Our endeavors during the early turns were kind of slow, but nevertheless, since we have the Necromancers in play and the AI doesn't, I'm not super worried about the state of this game. Can play Wandering Minstrel here, play the first Tragic Hero, now there are 3 in the trash. Play the second one here, gain a gold. And do we want to play this Junk Dealer? I suppose we could trash this copper. We can get rid of the Junk Dealer next turn. Yeah, didn't matter that much. And now we can just buy Minstrel, Necro or Minstrel? What do we want? We do have 3 Minstrels currently, 4. And there's one in the trash. We just bought one, so 5. The AI has 4 of currently 3 then, I guess. Objectively, I like the Necromancer. I think the Necromancer is a bit stronger, especially as I might put another Tragic Hero in the trash now, but AI will be really dependent on Village for quite a bit, so depriving it of that possibility might be the play here. And we also need to be somewhat careful as piles are getting lower. Oh, nice. Well, there's another Tragic Hero in the trash. But yeah, I just also hit got a Necromancer, which means that it will have 3 Wandering Minstrels, a few Tragic Heroes. So how many Tragic Heroes will it have? 2. And the Necromancer, so it will be able to hit 4 buys, 5 buys. But I don't think it will be able to buy 3 Tragic Heroes and 5 Necromancers. So we're pretty safe to just buy Tragic Hero. We can also just not buy but gain with this vampire. Can also just be even safer, I guess, and get this Necromancer. I wonder what's better. Let's go for Necromancer. Yeah, AI seems to at least have found a Minstrel Tragic Hero combination, so it will draw this turn. Let's see how far it will be able to go. Ah no, it still has 4 minstrels. Maybe I miscounted the minstrels I had in deck. Ooh, and it finds the Earth's Gift, which means that it could, in principle, discard a treasure to gain a card costing up to 4. Do we want to discard this gold to gain a Necromancer? That sounds like flying a bit too close to the sun. Yeah, I was just going to double province here, but that's okay. Can pick up this Necromancer in order to play the first tragic hero. Okay, play the second tragic hero, gain a gold. Now play the next tragic hero, gain a gold. Since our deck does have low counts of, like a good density of Necromancers, and there's also Wandering Minstrel in the deck, I think we're safe to be so aggressive about gaining those golds. Can even well, I thought there was one more in the trash. We could get rid of this Faithful Hounder, but all it doesn't make much sense. Now we hit 20 here. We could, in principle, hit 21 here if we were to just use this junk dealer to trash the Faithful Hound. But I think we're fine also just following suit and double provincing. What do we want to get with that? I'm not really sure, actually. Well, we can double province and buy another Necromancer. Yeah, 4 tragic heroes, 3 Necromancers is not going to be in AI's ballpark. Now here, it really goes to show how important that Wandering Minstrel in the trash is. Because, yeah, this turn might look very scary without any village. But with the Wandering Minstrel in the trash and with this extra card we draw because of the River's Gift, we do get to kick off this turn. So we can just start with the Wandering Minstrel, which will discard some of the treasures and find another Wandering Minstrel. Play this first tragic hero, gain a gold. Since we did have this incoming extra card that we drew at the end of AI's turn, due to the River's Gift, we pop this first Necromance hero immediately, gaining a gold from it. And yeah, you see this is working out splendidly. We might be able to just triple province. Yeah, I'm for sure we'll be able to triple province. Last turn we already got to 24. Is there... No, there's not. How do we go about drawing these skulls? We can play the Hound here, and yeah, just play this Sage, and finally turn this gold into a duchy. Do we have enough gold, enough money here? 3 times 8 is 24, easy, okay. Yeah, in the end, the AI just ignored the synergy between tragic heroes and necromancers, and thus was not able to keep up with it with us. But also, yeah, I think we just had a nicer deck composition. We got ahead on those minstrels, right? No, in the end, I think we only had 5. Yeah, we didn't get ahead on those minstrels, but it worked out quite nicely. Yeah, I think things I could have improved. Sorry, I wanted to open this log. Was, well, we did get somewhat lucky here on that risky draw. Maybe it's safer here to just open double silver to really ensure that you hit this double 5. Also, afterwards, we had a few turns where we just hit 3 that were really bad because we didn't advance the deck much. And then this third silver, I think I bought. Did I buy it actually? Yeah. No, this was the second silver, but I'm not super sure about this. But yeah, we then here we had a turn where we didn't buy anything, but that was okay as we trashed down there. But yeah, this zombie spy, of course, was also quite sad. Yeah, there were there were loads of little tricks and decisions to make here, but overall quite a nice engine kingdom. And if the AI plays like this, you should be able to consistently beat it. Yeah, that's been it. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.